Strand may have a part to play in the new plan involving the Nine. Strange green swirls are seen around their logo and leading to the new Kepler planet. Strand is a super, it's fun to use, and it's related to darkness. But its lore goes way deeper than that and actually has connections to how the Nine exist. Welcome, Guardians. Today we discuss these mysteries. So the reveal stream for Destiny 2's next expansion is around the corner, but if you watched the 15-second teaser, you would have seen this. Green swirls in different locations that appear to be Strand. Is it actually? I have no idea, but this video will try and connect some lore threads involving the Nine and Strand if this is true, so keep all of that in mind as we go through. Strand is a power of the darkness and the mind. Supers of the light is that of the physical, while darkness is the complete opposite. Metaphysical, mind connection, and emotions. When you use Strand, your guardian connects to the weave that is all things and pulls on the strings of fate. Here's what Osiris had to say.
Strand is our newest foray into darkness. As I understand it now, it is the elemental manifestation of psychic connection. All minds are connected in a web of consciousness, which we can now see and feel. To wield Strand is to pull on the hidden connecting threads and to use them to create, manipulate, and unravel. I had assumed this element would behave similar to our other darkness ability. But unlike stasis, mastering Strand seems to require one to relinquish control, to embrace the connecting threads and perhaps flow with them. I look forward to experimenting more with this new element.
Strand, like stasis, is a power from the darkness. Unlike our light abilities, which are all about creation, darkness is more about consciousness.
Strand is psychic energy that forms this extra dimension, or this sort of matrix that connects everything together, connects all living beings and all minds. And you, the Guardian, are sort of gaining the knowledge and gaining the power to peer into this alternate psychic universe and begin to pull at these threads and tug at these wires that are connecting all of these living beings.
When Guardians learn how to use Strand, it's almost like this third eye opens up. It's about peeling back the curtain of reality, taking those connections and then weaving them into new objects.
We are calling this power Strand. The threads of the world as it is woven, if the conscious universe could be considered to be a tapestry. Further analysis and data have suggested that the wielder of Strand begins to see, simply put, connections between allies, between enemies. It is a force that is always present, but wells to the surface more strongly in certain locations. Perhaps places many people think about, or where many beings have passed by. But this power that has never been used before in this way came to the Guardian first, and I conjecture that they may have unconsciously given it form. I wish I had seen it. What connection have appeared as? Now, of course, we know the shape of this power. It is green. It weaves itself in strings. As other Guardians begin to learn it, they too slot into these positions in their minds. Whatever advances they come to are already framed verdant and tangling. All the same, I cannot help but wonder about the nascent, formless thing it was before we reached out to it, and it reached back. So Strand is connected to the mind, this weave that connects everything together, beings, life, planets. This power was first acquired by your guardian, allowing us to sort of peer into this alternate universe. Osiris said in that card that the green appearance specifically came from the Guardian's first use. This is what the Guardian in their mind saw it as, thus that's what it came to be. We shaped it that way. It might have looked completely different if someone else found it, say on Neomuna. It may have taken the form of water, for example.
The nature of Strand confirms this line of thinking. Darkness is something entirely apart from light. A paracausal union, conjoining intangible conscious realities, discursively linking to...
You're talking about the River of Souls.
River?
Yeah, it's a story we tell kids on Neptune.
A nursery rhyme.
Sort of. Since before history, there's been this raging river. In the story, some try to divert the river, others try to build a dam, but nothing stops it. Lots of people have believed that we either sink in the water or learn to swim.
Don't we?
See, that's the real wild part. We are the river.
And empowered by it, it would seem. To properly observe phenomena of the light, one needs the right instruments.
And for darkness?
One needs the right perspective. I think we've found it.
We also have some random lore that mentions the word weave, speaking about the witness and Titan's return back in Season of the Deep. Could be nothing, I just searched up the word weave on Ishtar and found some of these quotes. It's stronger, the veil's signature. Ikora's voice carries a hint of learned suspicion. Ever since we recovered Titan. That is to be expected, Osiris retorts, now within the weave of droning strands surrounding the veil. The room around them trembles. When Titan was torn back, the veil took notice. It seemed to recognize Titan's arrival. The witness has made an old friend of darkness. It knows intimately the language of warp and weft. How to weave a spider silk notion or slip a needle of intrusive thought into the fabric of another's mind. In its hands, the light should be alien and inelegant. The hammer and chisel so unlike its customary tools. Osiris contemplates the universe. Strand curls between his fingers, a gentle presence, shape-shifting but not changing. A helix, a careful knot, like those that used to be artwork, a braid. Always strands, always a structure that creates strength from fragility. He is so aware of the beat of his heart in ways he never used to be. It shudders in his chest, aching but resolute. He knows where the closest people are, the Guardian, obvious within eyesight and hovering fretfully just in case Osiris slips. Nimbus, further away but tangible, probably surveying the city outside. And there's a puka he can't quite see somewhere behind him, making eddies in the flow of the Strand, as if it can dive into and out of that just as well as water or air. It would be so easy to close his hands, to take hold of that which he touches. He does not. He thinks about it, lets his fingers curl softly, holds there as the humming chords of the world's loom shiver around him. Existence flows. It is not a stagnant thing, one snapshot in time. In these connections, there is always motion, and all things are swept away in time, good or bad. No wonder Strand unravels when it is given half a chance to do so. As far as it is concerned, if it has any sentience at all, everything is simply part of the river, a momentary curve or splash. Osiris has known the vastness of the infinite forest and the great span of their solar system. And it is only here, with a tiny nascent spiral of cosmic weft in his hand, that he feels small. And yet, he knows also that he is not alone. 100 steady threads weave together, pulling this way and that, flowing and twisting and always part of the greater whole. He should be taking notes, expanding the Vanguard's understanding of darkness, simplifying the steps of learning Strand for Guardians new to paracausality. But for a moment, Osiris is at peace. So this was back during Lightfall, of course, when Osiris was dealing with those events of Sagira's loss still. Strand was a big way to help him deal with some of this stuff, and we learned that, he came to wield it after this expansion. But that card further explains how Strand connects to the universe overall. But the power of the mind here is intriguing when you consider the Nine, who, like this power, are not physical. The Nine are vast forms of consciousness, dark matter that exists in the gravity wells around planets. They too are connected to this weave, just like everything else is. Strand in the weave is connected to all life. Lavinia said this about the Nine. With a horror of revelation so absolute that it would drive her mad if she still had sanity to lose, Lavinia understands where the Nine have always been. They are within everyone, every system, every living and moving thing. Trillions and pentillions of slim dark matter tentacles plunging through all our bodies, drinking up the complexity of our lives and thoughts. We are all pinched silhouettes impaled on the twitchlings of infinitely long spider legs. So both have connections to life and sort of everything in the universe. Lavinia also said that in time the Nine understood that they were pretty fragile, for if the life that seeded their thoughts ever died, they too would vanish. And the fact is that the Nine aren't physical. I mean, they have emissaries like Zur and Orin, but it said they had no eyes to catch light, they had no ears to hear. And yet they turned their wills upon the alien world of matter and strove to learn, for they knew they had to protect their hearts or die. So you can definitely begin to see some connections. If you're still confused about Strand and you know string theory, which is kind of a reach if you haven't looked into that either, but this could be connected to something like string theory too, and maybe it was even an inspiration for Bungie when they designed Strand. String theory is basically like everything is made of tiny invisible strings, and the vibrations of those strings decide what stuff is, creating the world that you see around you. So if this is all connected, how is it used here in this teaser trailer? Do the Nine somehow use the powers of Strand to make themselves more real, connect through this weave to a new planet or location, maybe even use it to traverse through space? We know their vast consciousness, but can they move around, or are they just stuck to the planets in Sol? Or maybe if this is Strand, not just the Nine use it, but the Guardian too. We've had this power for a couple of years now, but we can go even deeper. Bungie can explore more further and use it to bring out some more unique story elements, like peering into that alternate universe they spoke of.
The weft and weave of space and time is intact. You have made whole the past again.
The Nine can see the weft and weave of fate. Eyes up. There is much to learn from them.
Hey, we're just here to see what they have to say about light and dark. In and out. Got it?
But anyway, Guardians, that's all we got for today's video. Do you think this is Strand in the teaser trailer? And if it is, how do you think it would be implemented for both the Guardian and the Nine? But if you'd like to see some more Destiny news, lore, and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.